I'm a union person. I'm a labor person. My proudest membership is of the California Federation of Teachers. But I think that law enforcement and prison guard unions need to be separate from the labor movement, because prison guard unions, and you could probably speak to this, but you're retired probably from the prison guard or the guards union.
I actually had, when I was in corrections as a supervisor, I realized the contradictions in the unions, and I tried to get the union officers not to support the unions because, for instance, one of the biggest unions in our state, in Maryland State, that represents teachers, correctional officers, is AFSCME. AFSCME tell you that they work towards middle class, and I'm like, no sir, y'all work towards keeping people confined, y'all work towards trying to represent teachers, and teachers actually get shafted. I do not believe in the unions because it's a class quote system. I think that if you're going to be in a union, make the union represent you from the grassroots up. And a lot of unions won't do that. And they tell you when you read their bylaws, we represent to get people to a middle class institution. And it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it definitely, in my experience, labor prison guard unions and law enforcement unions have given the most money. There are some of the most powerful forces in the state of California, and most money to politicians, and they completely support the construction of more prisons. So real quick, when a juvenile is tried as adult court, there's a lot of changes that happen to the kid and their case. First of all, the forum of the court changes. They go from juvenile court, which is private, where you get your parents, you can talk to your parents during the proceedings. You go from a private forum to a public forum where you can only speak to your lawyer, and sometimes that's an adult lawyer dealing with a juvenile. So the lawyer might not even understand how to deal with the kids, might not understand their social needs, the law around maybe some of the ways they could work their educational rights in the case. Adult public defenders often have no idea. The judge, you go from a juvenile judge to an adult judge who might see the kid as being a super predator or worse. Legal access, same thing. Baltimore has so many kids charged as adults that they actually have a department of public defenders that only work on kids tried as adults. And pre-trial detention is a huge issue, because if you are charged as an adult, this is where solitary confinement comes in. If you are charged as an adult, as a juvenile, you cannot bail out. So you are stuck in the adult prison, maybe in solitary confinement, until you're acquitted. And almost, I could say, my experience in California and Santa Cruz County, which is a really liberal county, we acquitted over half of the kids that were charged as adults. So over half of the kids that were charged as adults in Santa Cruz County were acquitted, released on probation, never saw the inside of a prison cell, that had to sit their butts in adult jail the entire pretrial time, often in solitary confinement. And that is the case in Baltimore City. I know that. And for girls, it's even worse, because at least if they have a few guys in the jail, they can let them out collectively for rec, or they can bring in, if they have a warden has a heart, can bring in a teacher or something. But with girls, often the girl is the only one tried as an adult in the jail. And so she really will suffer if there's a little girl tried as an adult. It's extremely traumatizing for a young girl.